gonna get up.
Let's get a round of applause for Cesar.
All right. How do you follow that up, man? Legacy, Edward. Give it up to all these guys, man. I'm just so excited for the future. So excited. I mean, who's going to make 2019 their best year ever? That's the question. That's the real question. I mean, imagine doubling what you did this year. Some of you guys I know for a fact had some great years. And I'd like to start out by, number one, thanking my wife. You know, her being a teacher, I got to hang out with her staff. They're a lot more wild than you guys are, believe it or not. 2 in the morning, got the cops called and everything, man. It was pretty exciting. But, you know, I would like to start out with this. You know, I think since I've met my wife, I think it's always been kind of a battle between me and my entrepreneur mindset and her teaching mindset. And I just had to basically give in the sense that it's not all about the money, guys. It really isn't, okay? It's about being around the people you love. It's about doing what you love, right? Because how many of you have met somebody that makes a lot of money, but is really a miserable person? Or famous people that made a ton of money, that had more money that can even know what to do with, and they commit suicide, right? So first and foremost, this entrepreneur team, we might talk a lot about money often, but that's not what it's about. It's about living a balanced life. And I think my wife has really helped me discover that. Because for a phase in my life, I think I was too concerned about the money. And when you want something too hard, like Kanye West said, when you try hard, that's when you die hard, right? So focus on being and you know, for those that are not fans of Kanye West, sorry. It's a line that stuck with me back when he was a better person. But anyway, you know, so it's about being a well-balanced person. And everybody here, I learned something different from everybody, whether it's business aspects, personal aspects, marriage aspects. And so all the people that are here have a lot more to offer than just help you with the business opportunity, or help you get a loan for your house, or you know, help you buy a house, right? Or solar in your house. So what's going on right here is not going on anywhere else in Arizona. I can promise you that. People are eating tamales, people are at the club or doing something, but they're not doing this. Building unity. Building a team, a force of people that are going to go out and conquer. So that's what I'm excited about. Okay?
Hell yeah.
So, enough about that. Let me introduce you guys to my badass team real quick, okay? My solar team. For those that know me, I've been doing solar for 8 years. I actually started installing solar. But my mom was like, man, you're already dark enough. You don't need to be out installing, right? So that was the first clue. The second clue, I saw a billboard that said residential solar. True story. I was driving back from Dayton. If you guys have ever, you know where that's at.
The Grand City of Dayton?
The Grand City, right? I was driving back one day, and I'm just like, man, this job sucks. $12 an hour installing solar, right? There's got to be something better. So I picked up the phone, and I called the guy on the billboard. And I said, hey, I see you guys do solar. You guys, I want to talk to your sales manager. He's like, we don't have a sales manager. I said, do you want one? And literally that was my first solar job. And it kind of sucked because there was only financing. There was no leases. There was, and you know, for those that don't understand solar, I'm probably going too deep into that. It was hard as hell to sell, right? I got like 4 sales my first whole year, right? So didn't make a lot of money, but I stuck with it. And fast forward the last 3 years. In the last 3 years, I've probably made more money than I've made in the 10 years prior to that. So stick to something. If you believe in it, if you're excited about it, the money will come. A lot of times we want that money to be there right away, right? We want to buy those Jordans or whatever the hell we want to buy. Screw that. Just have a long-term vision, okay? And fast forward to now, the first person I want to introduce, and none of the guys that are here, there's a few. How many solar guys are here today? Solar guys, raise your hand. Billy, you can raise your hand, man. I know you don't got no deals yet, but you'll get some, brother. You'll get some. Hey, I'm going to work with you. So, none of us would have the opportunity or the success we're having if it wasn't for this one person right now that I'm about to bring up. I'm sorry, you're going to probably have to stop recording, but Amy, please come up here. Walk up here. If you guys ever want to meet like a machine, when it comes to like numbers, documents, and just problem solving, spend 5 minutes with Amy. Like, our team wouldn't be, and Tom and the guys, you guys know this for a fact. We wouldn't have the opportunity. Our deals wouldn't move as smooth as they do. We wouldn't have such a carefree, situation for ourselves to go out there and just get our deals if it wasn't for her. So, wanted to bring her up because without her, none of these guys and myself wouldn't have this opportunity. So, give her a round of applause. And I have a little gift to you for you guys. It's all right. I'll get you. Next guy. So we call him Mr. Good Vibes, and then Art's the kind of guy that come up here, Art. He's the kind of guy that even if it's not a good week, like he'll make you feel like it's gonna be better, and just has those positive vibes, right? And I know for a fact that he's probably had a harder year than probably most people here this year. But guess what? You won't be able to tell. Some people make it look easy. It doesn't mean it's easy, right? And he shows up, and some months are good, some months are great, some months are slow. But guess what? Even last meeting where we were like, okay, guys, it's the holidays, things are a little slow. He brought the positive vibes. So from now on ever, he's Mr. Good Vibes. All right. So before you leave, well, actually, I'll do it at the end. Since Amy left, I'll just give it to you guys at the end altogether. Okay. Thanks.
Sorry.
So
that's how fast you work, right?
the next guy that I'm gonna call up here, I can't think any other name but to call him Mr. MVP. Like literally, for his age, and to do what he's done, and the way he carries himself, he's a mature soul. I think it's somebody, have you ever met those people that are really young but seem like they lived another life and they got a few, miles on them already, right?
Tom?
The level of maturity. So, and that person is Gustavo Padilla. Come up here, dude. This guy is the solar MVP. Like, this guy has been more consistent. We do a monthly, and thanks to Amy again, right? She does a monthly award to the top performer of the month. Amy, how many months did Art or the Tavo win?
Art or Tavo? Which one do you guys want?
Tavo.
About 3 or 4.
3 or 4?
Yeah.
I would say like 6. But anyway, when you're in a group of 15 guys and you're the best performer 3 or 4 months out of the year, 5 months out of the year, that means you're consistent. And how old are you, dude? 24?
Hell yeah.
This guy makes 6 figures, right? In solar this year. Okay? You know what percentage of humans make 6 figures?
12%.
Of human?
No.
No, okay.
Not even that. Fuck.
It's less than 5, for sure.
Like
and Edward probably knows the numbers better than I do. Okay? So for a 24-year-old to be in the top 3% of income earners in Yuma, that says a whole lot. And we're just talking about doubling our income next year. So.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I created like a freaking brand off of this guy, and you guys will see it here in a minute. From this guy, I was inspired, right? When artists get inspired by other people, not necessarily by themselves. So this guy inspired me not only to work hard in this industry and to know that it's possible and to have huge months is a reality, not just a wish or a hope. And I actually, like the only thing that comes to my head when I think about him is just legend, the solar legend. So I like to get Thomas Tate up here. And I would actually like for him to say a few words just because he's the OG. We like to call him, Papa Tom. He's so ethical. He doesn't have to go out and look for business. Business goes out and looks for him. Okay, so maybe he can spend a couple minutes talking about that.
Well, how you guys doing?
What's up, Tom?
I like to thank my wife, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. That's one thing. 47 years. So, all you guys are. You know, I started out when I was 17 in the military. Went in the military, did my retirement, came back to Yuma. I'm from Yuma, born and raised. 4th Avenue Junior High, O.C. Johnson, Hawcroft, Post. Went to all of them. Yuma High graduate. But that's it. But if you work hard, you'll make it. I say since I was in the solar, this is basically my best years of solar since I've been doing anything. My wife and me started a limo company here in town. I don't know if you guys been out of it for a while, but it was Princess Limousine. We had a Hummer limousine, 2 party buses. We did it for 9 years here in town. And just, economy took a dump. We couldn't keep up with $1,100 a month insurance. Legacy should know that with insurance. We couldn't keep up with all that. I had 3 daughters in high school, all in high school at the same time. Cost money for that. I worked, she worked. I worked for the government and worked that. I did pest control for 5 years. Yuma Pest, sales manager. So I did a lot of those jobs too, crawling under trailers, getting on top of vehicles, or trailers, you know, houses, doing all that. Worked for Matt for a long time, made him a lot of money, and I didn't make a lot of money, so I know what it's like, guys. But if you stay, you'll get good. You know, I mean, you'll make it. Listen to your managers, your bosses, your owners. They're not there for a reason. They're there because they were where you started, and now they're a little higher. They'll make you get money too. Cesar, me and him fought against each other. A lot of solar deals. We were 2 different companies. I had a deal. He went there and stole it from me.
Todo, compa.
Stole my mom's mailman. You know, I had him, and he came and stole it away from me. So that's good. He had a deal. I went and stole it. So,
We had our battle.
yes, but I learned a lot from him. You know, that's why I like being with Cesar. I have my own office, but I work with Cesar in his office. I'm a loner. I like being by myself, but Amy takes care of me. If it wasn't for Amy, I wouldn't be with here in the solar either.
Yeah, let's give Amy another round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Like I said, you know, you get my age, you can still do this. Just stay off the roofs.
I know.
off.
I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for it.
Oh, I see that now.
So, like I said, he inspired me to come up with this logo. It says Solar Legend. So he's gonna get the gray one to be a little unique because he's the original guy that inspired it. But I got some for the 6-figure earners, which is those 2 guys there, this guy right here. The rest of you guys, it's gonna be 6 figures in 2019. Okay? Because as far as I'm concerned, 6 figures is the new minimum wage. All right?
Yeah.
So
Woo!
Go.
Woo! Go Tom!
you guys all get some hoodies and
You guys
some
want to run up
hats.
there?
Solar
Go there,
Legends.
so I can grab it.
Amy.
Go over there.
All right,
I can
so
grab it.
I'll end it with this, guys. Quick little story. It's actually when I first heard about this, how many of you have ever ate hot Cheetos in your life? Don't lie, because your fingers are still stained. Right? You guys ever heard of hot Cheetos?
Yeah.
You guys ever wonder who created them? Mr. Frito-Lay or somebody like that? Right? Did you guys know it was a Mexican person that created the hot Cheetos? Let me tell you a quick story about this guy, man. This guy right here, he used to be the janitor at Frito-Lay. Okay? Back in like 92, sometime around that time, I might be mistaken in the time period, but the CEO of Frito-Lay sent an email blast to the entire workforce, and he received that email too. Okay? In that email, he said he wanted everybody in his company to start acting like they own it and start innovating, thinking of ideas to not just be better, but to dominate. Okay? So you know what he did? When one day he was eating an elote, right? And he's like, elote tastes like, right? So he went back into his workplace, and instead of getting the regular cheese Cheetos, right, that we all knew about back then, he took them just plain, and him and his wife started working on this recipe. And it was so good, it was an instant hit within, all the employees. They actually sent it in to corporate, and of course corporate approved it. And so now this guy travels the world
Can you put it up like that?
presenting. He's even been to like Harvard. Okay, from a janitor, a Mexican janitor in California, to being the face of a brand like Frito-Lay and the creator of the freaking hot Cheetos, man. Would you guys like to meet this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys think you can learn some things from this guy?
Yep.
We're working on bringing him down to Yuma in February. Okay? Because this group right here, we you know, I know you guys like us, but you're gonna get tired of hearing from us all the time. So we want to bring some heavy hitters, some real success stories. People have been making millions for years. We're gonna bring them down to Yuma. But guess what? It's not free. It costs money. Okay? You guys okay with investing in yourselves? Yeah? Okay. You guys read what it says right there? Early bird special. We're going to be selling tickets for $49 a piece once we open it up to entire Yuma. But tonight, for everybody here, it's available for $25 or 5 for $100, which would be $20. Okay? And then if you buy 5, you can turn around and sell those for 50. You can make $250 off of them. Because they're going to be on sale for $50. Okay, because we want to make it available to our inner circle. You guys are our inner circle right here. Because if you're close to Legacy, you're close to me. If you're close to Edward or Aniva, you're close to me. Okay? So $25 each tonight, or $100 for 5 tickets. Cool? Pretty cool deal? All right, it's going to be in February. We're still working the details on the date. It's probably going to be like a, later evening type of